And thank you for calling. Thank you for joining the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is Terence Young. I am your host for the podcast today. This is a podcast that's dedicated to helping people get past their excuses, helping people get past saying, I'm going to do it someday or one day, and helping people say, I'm going to harness that power in the eternal moment of now, because that is the only time that we have right now. If you want to change your life for the better, well, you have to do it in the present moment. Life only gets lived in the now. If you don't know who I am, I'm Terence Young. I go by TY. I am a mindset coach. I help people harness the power in the eternal moment of now so they can become physically, spiritually, and financially free, right? Free from holding back, from waiting for the right time to do something. So I love what I do. I love inspiring and encouraging and motivating others. That is my passion, and that is why I do this podcast. So we can have tangible ways and talk about tangible ways that we can change our lives for the better right now. So thank you for joining me. If you want to donate to the cause, by all means you can. Just go to my website. It is terenceyoungnow.com. You can donate there, and that just helps me continue to do what I do with this podcast and all the other things that I do, the classes that I create on finding your passion, the classes on becoming an engaging speaker, on living those 12 spiritual powers, and the ones that I continue to create moving forward. So all of the different things I do are part of helping move the consciousness of humanity, bring us to a higher level to create something better for our world. And it starts with each and every one of us right here in this moment of now. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for donating to the cause. I appreciate you for being here. It has been a crazy week for me. I kind of fell off some of my training as far as working out and running, but that's really because I've been working on my Christmas concert that is coming up December 15th. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live. So if you have Facebook, if you're on Facebook, join me Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live for a holiday concert, a Christmas concert. I'm going to be doing a lot of great songs that we all know, but I'm going to do them in a little bit different way. So I hope you join me. Tell your family, tell your friends, log on at 9 p.m. and we're going to have a good time. Should be about an hour, because I know people have all kinds of things to do. So join me for 1 hour on your Tuesday night, and I promise you we're going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to it. As you know, I have the courses that I create. So if you're looking into finding your passion, if you're working on that, remember I'm a mindset coach. So you can take the course about finding your passion, or you can contact me directly and we can do some one-on-one coaching together. I'd love to do that with you and help you change that mindset. That's what it's all about. If you want to move forward in your life, I can help you in get moving in that direction and starting to change your life for the better right now. So excited about that, excited about the course on becoming an engaging speaker. If you're like me, I love to listen to engaging speakers. They get me excited. I get excited about it. And when I speak, people tell me all the time how engaging I am. So I've taken all that knowledge, put it into a course. So if you're interested in becoming a speaker and you want to be an engaging speaker and captivate your audience, there's a great course that I created for that. You can find all that information on terenceyoungnow.com. So this week, we've been talking about, the subject for this podcast is, we've been talking about letting go. Started first thing on Monday with letting go, how we can let go. So I'm going to share what I shared in a live. I'm going to share it with you guys here as well with some additional information, which is 3 things that we must let go of if we want to find peace in our lives, if we want to create peace in our lives. 3 things we must let go of. And the first one is this: the need to be right. Woo, that's a tough one. How many of you have had a conversation with someone in the last 2 months, maybe about politics? Maybe just a few of you, right? Either online or in person. It's so hard, right? We got to let go of that need to be right. When you let go of the need to be right, you free yourself. You open yourself up to new possibilities, and you're not holding on to the anger, to the upsetness or the resentment or whatever it may be of wanting to be right all the time. I got newsflash for you. It don't matter how many times or what you study. If people disagree with you, they only understand from their level of perception. Understand this, people only understand from their level of perception. So if they don't get it, what you're saying, then you're not going to change their mind, because they only understand from their level of perception. You may perceive from here and they're perceiving from here. They can't make it from here to there. They're not going to get there. Let go of your need to be right, because when you have to be right, Well, first of all, the other person has to be wrong. And second of all, you're holding on to this frustration and this strain within yourself when you can't prove to somebody why they're wrong because you're right. And what does that do to you? Why must we let this go? Because it affects you. When you have to be right, it affects you. You're walking around thinking about it all the time. It's mentally draining for you. It's affecting you physically. It's affecting you mentally. We must let go of the need to be right. Sometimes you gotta just say, you know what, it's okay. I was talking to a woman on a bike ride up in Withlacoochee, and we didn't know each other. We ran into each other at a water fountain stop, and we got to talking, and I said I lived in Lutz. I said, yeah, Lutz, it's really like North Tampa where I live at. She goes, oh yeah, and she said, no, that's South Tampa. I said, no, that's North Tampa. I know, I lived here all my life. She was like, oh, where is it? I was like, oh, Lutz is, where I live at is close to, and I said, close to Tampa Palms. And she goes, oh, Tampa Palms is South Tampa. I said, no, it's not. And she was like, oh, well, it used to be. You know what, at that point, I said, okay, we may be talking about two different things. Somehow we got it mixed up. But I just let it go. I didn't have to be right. It was trivial. It didn't matter. I didn't even know this person. I'll probably never see her again. Who cares where she thinks South Tampa is? I know that sounds trivial, but for some people, they can't let things like that go. I just let it go. If she thinks it's in South Tampa, fine. Tampa Palms is in South Tampa. I don't care. Let it go. We must learn how to let go of things, let go of the need to be right. It brings peace to our lives when we do that. That's number one. The second thing, we got to let go of anger. We got to let go of anger, let go of resentment, let go of fear, let go of hurt. Many of us have been in a relationship before where we may have felt hurt or angry or both, right? We got to let it go. And the reason we must let it go is this, because we're holding on to the anger. I've said it here, I've said it 1,000 times. When we are holding on to anger, it's like us holding on to hot coals, but expecting the other person to get burned. It does not work that way. When you're upset and you're angry at someone, when you're holding that grudge, the only person it's affecting is you, because you're holding it. The figure of speech itself explains itself out. You're holding a grudge. Well, who's holding it? You are. Sometimes the other person doesn't even remember. They don't even know what you're talking about. If you were to talk to them, but you're not speaking to them anyway, so you wouldn't know. They're not even thinking about you. They probably forgot about it. Has that ever happened to you before? It probably has. You bring something up to somebody, you're like, huh? I had a friend call me, send me a message on Facebook one time asking me a question about something that had happened 2 years ago and saying, why did you do such and such a thing? It was just something about work, and neither one of us worked there anymore. She had been holding on to a grudge for 2 years with me. I had no idea what she was even talking about. It's amazing. We must let go of the anger. Why? Because if we don't, we are holding on to the hot coals, and it's affecting us mentally, it's affecting us spiritually, it's affecting us psychologically, it's affecting us physically, it's affecting every part of our lives when we hold on to that anger, or that hurt, or that resentment, or that grudge, whatever it is. If we want to find peace in our lives, if we want to live in peace in our lives, we've got to let go of the anger. Very important. Third thing here we must let go of is the resistance to what is. I love this. We must let go of the resistance to what is. It is what it is. Whatever we're dealing with in our life, for instance, this pandemic, it is what it is. But I love this statement because it's not over right there. I talk to people all the time and I say, that statement, it is what it is only half the statement. I don't know who came up with that, but I know this. There's a second part to the statement. I don't know where it came from. I can't quote anybody on it, but I know this. It is what it is, but it will be what I make of it. That's the power in the statement. Most people only know the first half. It is what it is. I've heard 1,000 people say that 1,000 different times. And every time I hear it, I say, well, that's only half that statement. It is what it is, and it will be what I make of it. And that second part is the most powerful part. That's the part that shows you what your power is in the situation. Whatever you create, whatever is going on in your world, you created it. I love this. We create our reality. I'm speaking about that this Sunday, and I can't wait to speak about it. We create our reality. It is what it is. It will be what I make of it. If we're dealing with a pandemic right now. It is what it is. It's a pandemic. You got to wear a mask. People are wanting to fight wearing a mask. They want to say, I don't want to wear a mask, so I go in the store and I'm going to argue with people about wearing a mask. No, you're carrying around anger and getting upset. It is what it is. You got to wear a mask when you go in the store. It will be what you make of it. Wear the mask when you go in the store, take the mask off when you go off and go on and live your life and be peaceful. Live in peace, live in calm. It is what it is. It will be what I make of it. Let go. That's the third one. Let go of the resistance to what is. I want to challenge you. What is going on in your life? What is going on in your life that you are in resistance to what is? It just is that. Change that thought process. Change that thought process around and say it is what it is, and it's going to be what I make of it. That financial situation may be tough. It is what it is, but it's going to be what I make of it. Yes, I'm arguing with my adult child right now about something. It is what it is, but it's going to be what I make of it. Yes, I'm struggling in my company right now, my job. It is what it is, but it's going to be what I make of it. My friends, you have the power to create. Whatever you see in your life right now, what's happening in the outside world, you created that. Don't be upset if you don't like it. That's okay. If you don't like it, just recognize this. I have the power to create that. That means I have the power to change it. Here's the thing. When you feel like you didn't create what's going on, then you don't have the power to change it. Someone else has the power. No. That's what's so powerful and what I teach as a mindset coach. You have the power. You have the power to make that change. You have the power to create your reality. You do it every single day. You do it every single moment of now. Recognize that. 3 things that we must let go of. If you want to find peace in your life, 3 things you got to let go of. Let go of the need to be right. We don't have to be right all the time. Right? That great quote says you have the chance to be right or be kind. Be kind. Don't worry about being right all the time. Let go of the need to be right. Let go of the anger, the resentment, the fear, the judgment. Let go of those because you're holding on to those and they're affecting you physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, all those ways. We must let go of that. 3, let go of the resistance to what is. It is, remember this, if you don't remember anything else I said today, remember this, it is what it is, and it will be what I make of it. Write that down, put it on your mirror, use it as an affirmation every single day. When you're going through one of those valleys, whatever the challenge is for you, remember this, it is what it is, but it will be what I make of it. I create my reality. 3 things that we must let go of. If you do that, you're going to find peace in your life. You're going to find more peace in your life. And your life will run smoothly when you do this. And when you do that, you can unequivocally say, I own the now, and I have won. I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me for this edition of the Time Is Always Now podcast. Every single time I do a podcast, the reason I do it is I want to be able to give you tangible ways that you can change your life for the better right now. Tangible ways that you can make a change in your life right now. Not next week, not next year, not 2021, right now, to change your life for the better. That's what I do as a mindset coach. That's what I do as a new thought transformational speaker. I continue to want to raise the consciousness of our world to make it a better place and to make each and every individual find that passion that they love and start living it right now. That's what the world needs. The world needs more people who have found their passion. People who are lit up, doing what God put them here to do. I know what it feels like to work in your passion because speaking is my passion. And my passion is to help you find your passion and start living it right now. Thank you for joining me again for the Time Is Always Now podcast. Share this with your friends, share it with your family. Send it out. Everyone needs to get these messages. It helps to change the consciousness of our world. And it starts with one person at a time. So send it out. Send it out to as many people as you possibly can so they can hear this podcast. I appreciate you in advance for that. Thank you for joining me again for the Time Is Always Now podcast. I'm going to sign off. My name is TY. Remember, the time is always now.